Tropicana gets its roof torn off, Tropicana Stadium that the Tampa Bay Rays play in. And if you look into it, Tropicana orange juice was created in 1947 at the same time the U.S. military did their first ever experiment on a hurricane. You guys can look it up. 1947, first experiment on a hurricane. Bradenton, Florida is where Tropicana orange juice was created, in Bradenton. So you can see you just happen to have Anderson.
I can have non-sexual orgasms within my body, pleasures that I didn't know were possible.
Fuck yeah.
There's another short hat.
You deserve that, wrestler.
It's true. You do this.
It's damn near like a rite of passage in this. Oh my god, it's working. Mandy says that Dolly grips harder than me. This is fucking unacceptable.
Get pulled out, bitch. Don't grip them.
I really haven't been grifting hard enough. You guys, I just found out I have cancer.
Bank account cancer?
Got cancer in your pee-pee?
You have cancer. Alright, but seriously, donate some fucking money just because I might have cancer and just not know about it.
And to be fair, that is untreated, unknown cancer is the worst type of cancer because it's untreated.
Right,
so I think
and unknown.
For untreated cancer people, get out your wallets, open your wallets, open your heart.
I can't believe I have the worst type of cancer there is. This is tragic, I just need some money.
God is so good. The stillness is so gentle. The silence is powerful. See, because it's through the silence of our listening and our seeking that God reveals the wisdom. The wisdom is realized in the silence from within you. The silence within you is beyond the mind chatter, behind those gossiping and controlling voices that are always around, whether it's in your ears or around. There's voices and gossip and voices and words that want to control you, want to interrupt your peace, interrupt your silence. You choose what you allow.
You choose what you allow. Good evening, everybody. This is going to be a short stream, maybe an hour or two long, if that. Most of the stream is going to be about cool shit that I just saw, and then me talking about Donald Trump and his island boy adventures. You know, I don't know much on it. I'm sitting here scrolling the last little bit of research on it, but I don't see much people talking about it. So my favorite thing to do, we're going to look at his words. And we're going to extrapolate from it what that means. And the link is pinned. Yo, what it do, Denny?
Yo.
We are out of the drama today.
Oh, thank Jesus.
But we are talking politics, so that could be that could be a little bit level of drama. And we're going to watch some police cams and we're going to look at some cool shit. What's up, Lauren? But point of business for right now, we are out of the drama shit because I feel like it's a good time to wrap up the current drama. On my end, I've called it out. I've talked about it. I'm pretty sure if two or three days of that shit is enough, and unless something new comes along, fuck that shit. I do have several one-on-ones that I need to schedule, like with Resto. He deserves a one-on-one.
It's always gonna be new shit.
Well, if it's profitable, then I'll cover it, but I don't feel like it's gonna be profitable. But I got one with Snafu. I'm gonna try to get Dusty. I got several one-on-ones I want to do. Basically, like just conversations specifically with them, how they got started in YouTube, what the beefs are, what potential issues people have with them. Let them say their piece, because that's how my channel got started. And I also got some gaming content behind the scenes. I don't know I don't know if you said you were ready, that you already started. I still have to do some cleaning on my PC. Stop being a lazy bastard, because now James is hitting me up too. So me and Dennison are probably going to start doing together Star Citizen. Whenever I can get off my dead ass and get my computer ready to do it, because I have to clear out some space. And then me and James are also going to do some I believe it's Black Ops 6 or whatever, the new Warzone. So there's going to be gaming content started as well with them two. I'm going to try to get me and Dennison, a Star Citizen stream, because Dennison's the first person I started to, and that would not be fair. So I'm going to try to get those gaming streams out. And I am going to try to return to tradition and just do a little bit of hangout streams and cool shit. But that's all I got on the stream. That's all I got for the channel and community business. Again, y'all can always join the Discord. Again, we won't be covering drama unless some new shit pops off or some retarded crazy stuff or my name is brought into it. So because it's not my drama and I've made my money off of it. I brought it to the light. So that's all. That's the end of the channel news. Look forward to that beautiful game that Dennison is playing. You're spelunking. Are you doing that mission where you gotta go and clear out the cave of like the pirates or the bandits or whatever?
No, I'm in prison.
Oh,
I'm on a mining facility. The markers weren't working on the good guys, so from far away I shot a good guy in the head.
Star Citizen problems. Yeah, I've only ever been to prison in Star Citizen whenever the game glitched out. Oh shit, no problem, Skywalker. Look, man, a rising tide raises all ships. You have a story about pettiness? Well, come on up and share it. But yeah, we're returning to tradition the next couple of streams at least. Like I said, unless some crazy shit pops off. Because I've profited off the drama. And again, thank you, Skywalker. I don't know what I did to piss off Art, but I appreciate you and Bob having my back. Well, Bob for sure. I don't know if you talked to Art about it or if you was letting on, but I appreciate it. And if y'all are live when I end this, I'll do a poor man's raid over to y'all. So just let me know. But so the title of the stream is Island Boy, right? And obviously, we know I don't apprehend. Appreciate it. Thank you, Skywalker. But obviously the title of the stream is Island Boy because of Trump and what's going on. I ran into Ryan, the radical coder, and of course, a leftist is going to do victory laps about Trump. And I tried to tell him, and we tried to talk to him, like, I think all predators like that should face the wall. And of course, he is like, no, the death penalty is bad. The death penalty is bad. Human rights. And I'm like, well, these predators, I'm like, Ryan, then your victory, march, your little victory lap is bullshit. You're doing it for politics. I want to right the wrongs and make victims feel safe again. And that's why I don't really like politics, because I am pragmatic and I have a very strong sense of justice. And I see that the vast majority of people on both, it is my opinion that the left is in an ideological cult and the right is in a cult of personality. So the left is going to call out everybody, is going to call out like, what?
There is no left and right.
Well, yeah, there is no left and right, sure enough. But the illusions, the powers that be, and the stupid people are going to point out that anything that the other side does is bad. Anything our side is good. Oh, yeah, for sure. But we can't say that. Me. Is that your real mid-rest request, Bubba? Get that El Bumpkino up just in case StreamYards is like, fuck you, I'm gonna show. There you go. If that's you, get your mic fixed, and then we'll start going. I'll let you get your opinion and let you go. We'll go over this video. But the thing about it is, like, the left and right arguing is fake and gay. The left is gonna blame Trump or whatever Republican is power. The right, the quote unquote right, is going to blame whatever Democrat is in power. The president is a figurehead. The true rulers of our country is Congress. Well, the true rulers of our country are the rich men who lobby Congress, but we ain't got to talk about that because they call that a conspiracy theory. Funny enough, but so like the simple fact of the matter is I'm starting all this stream based on my interaction with Ryan last night, and I could not take him serious. I messed with him. I had to fuck with him, and I feel a little bit bad because I try to give everybody respect, but I was like Ryan, just using my non-serious voice with him, kind of talking shit to him. I do feel bad because I do like Radical Coder. He just doesn't understand that he has TDS, and it's crazy to me. That man will do anything to take a shot at Trump, and it's like, now that you got something, people aren't going to take you serious because you've done so much bullshit. I have this on, and what annoys me about all this Trump shit, right? Because of people like Ryan, me and TDS, there's not a lot of coverage being put out on what Trump said about Epstein. Like, it's fucking crazy, and that's what annoys the shit out of me. Orthodox Guy, you should go see Tyrus from the Gutfield show. His tour is called the What Is It Tour. He's funny. I saw him the other night. Is that a comedian? Like a Logical Spark? I don't know who that. I'm not familiar with that person.
He's an ex-football player too, and I think he might have been in the MMA or a wrestler. He's a big motherfucker. He's like
well, it might be worth
7 feet
doing.
tall and 300 pounds.
God damn, that's not a big motherfucker. That's a goddamn giant.
He is a giant.
That's
like
Goliath.
when he was on Gutfeld's show, they used that he had his own chair. Like they had the couches for the guests, but Titus had his own chair because he was too big for that shit.
That's crazy. That ain't no fun. That's fucking Gutfield versus Goliath right there. Are you talking about that fucking? Are you talking about that midget on Fox News, the weird head? When you say Gutfield.
Oh yeah, Gutfield is Greg Gutfield. Yeah, he's probably like 5'2", 5'4".
I hate that motherfucker. Like, I hate snarky midgets more than anything on this planet. And like when the Chauvin stuff was going on, he's like, I just want to feel safe. I'm like, you're a fucking man. You should want justice, even if it costs you your own safety, you fucking sniveling bitch. Like, I've never liked Gutfield. And it's not even his takes. It's that moment in history where he's like, we can have injustice. Fuck the justice system. Fuck freedom. I just want to be safe. Okay, you're a woman. Shut the fuck up. Don't talk tough. Don't speak your opinion. Get back in the kitchen. No offense, ladies. I'm talking about a man. Like, it pissed me off that fucking much. But let's get to the Trump stuff because it's only, I believe, only a minute 30 seconds, and this shit is wild.
All this intrigue over the Epstein files, but I do want to ask you to clarify something you said this morning. You said this was all a hoax. Has your attorney general told you this was a hoax? What evidence have you seen? No, it's not the attorney general. No, I know it's a hoax. It's started by Democrats. It's been run by the Democrats for 4 years. You had Christopher Wray and these characters.
So now it's a hoax. Now it's a hoax. All the times this man has talked about it, all the times the Republicans has talked about it, maybe Elon Musk is right. The only reason this motherfucker don't want to release the evidence is because he's on it.
To be fair, he's never really talked about it.
Fair enough, but the MAGA crowd has.
Yeah. They were lightning focused on it. That's why this is kind of like their Obama, right? They can project whatever they want onto him, and he won't deny it if it's working in his favor. But like when he brings up the the thingy, the
the funny needle thing. from the 20s.
Yeah, when he brings that up, whenever he brings that up, he praises it. Whenever he brings up Epstein, he says, you know, maybe there is no file or Obama made it up.
Fair enough. Midwest Request says, in the campaign, he mentioned the island and Bill Clinton. I do remember him talking about the island and Epstein a couple of times. Like, didn't Trump specifically say, Epstein is a friend. He may like the girls a bit young. Right?
Yeah, that's not him shitting on Epstein.
Yeah, that's him
The
like,
one
hell
time he
yeah.
shit on Epstein is after he got convicted. Trump threw him out of Mar-a-Lago, and he said, "I don't want to be associated with that. I don't really know the guy that well." He pulled to Trump, you know. He's like, "I don't know you." All of a sudden, right? But that was just the one time, and so MAGA took that shit and ran with it, and that was way before he ran for president too.
Yeah, I do remember that was before he ran for president. I don't know. I just
And
get
people
annoyed
still
with
don't
left.
understand that Trump like says whatever, you know.
He's an entertainer at heart. I get that. But my thing is, I get annoyed with people like Ryan who are doing a victory lap like Trump's a pedophile or something. A PDF file or something, you know? Like, it's annoying as shit. And then you do see this type of stuff right here, and it just seems crazy. So let's finish the video.
And Comey before him. And it's a bad group. It started, actually, look at the Steele dossier that turned out to be a total hoax. The 51 agents, the intelligence, so-called intelligence agents, it was a hoax. It's all been a big hoax. It's perpetrated by the Democrats. And some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net. And so they try and do the Democrats' work. The Democrats are good for nothing other than these hoaxes. They're bad for policy. They're bad for picking candidates that can get elected. Like in New York, we have a communist.
Speaking about do tell, old man Chuck, hit the panel. It is always a treat to speak to you, elders. I want to get your opinion on this. If I'm not mistaken, you are a Trump supporter. Yeah, you a Trump supporter. I gotta mess with you a little bit. I gotta ask you some questions. Gotta suss you out, old man.
Running. He may get elected too, actually, but he'll destroy the city. No, it's I call it the Epstein hoax. It takes a lot of time and effort. Instead of talking about the great achievements we've had, a great gentleman yesterday, as you know, went on CNBC and he made the statement that Trump may go down as.
What's up, Chuck? Is that you?
What up, my man?
What's up, Grandpa?
What it be
How you
like?
doing?
How's it hanging?
Yeah, about 3 inches from the ground.
There you go. That water be cold, huh?
And deep.
Back.
But so I gotta get your opinion.
Go ahead.
So, do you think? And I believe, and Dennison, you can hop into if you don't think the question is fair. Do you think that Trump is on the list as someone who participated, or just someone who caught a connecting flight?
I think he was someone that might have caught a connecting flight. But if you want to dig down deeper, I think there's actually some nefarious undercover crap that's associated with this dude, like maybe NSA type, CIA type stuff that he was procuring information by blackmailing of foreign dignitaries, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, are you talking about Epstein? Yes, I do believe
Yes.
that he was an asset that was not only blackmailing foreign dignitaries but U.S. politicians.
You know, could there have been a submarine or two that was at the island? Who knows? Everything could be a cover because
You know, it's
the
Samuel
first
brings up a
case.
good point.
What's that?
Go ahead and finish your point, then I'll read Samuel's
Oh,
comment.
I'm going to say, if you go back to the first case, which was what, 06, 08, involving Mr. Epstein, that he got a sweetheart deal You don't get a sweetheart deal just for being Jeffrey Epstein, you know, because the second time, he got caught the first time and he got a sweetheart deal. So yeah, there's
You
more
should
to
get
this
a
story.
sweetheart deal for kiddly diddling anyway.
What's that?
They all do though.
I was gonna say nobody should get a sweetheart
Even
deal for kiddly
nobodies,
diddling.
I
even
agree.
nobodies who don't work for the Mossad, and even in the UK.
I agree. They should put the
It's
shaft to him
weird.
big time.
Well, it was funny because I'll bring up after this video. I'll bring up Jess White's the Australian chick. 'Cause I was on there with Ryan, and I'm kind of trolling him, but he's like, well, we should punish people for these bad things, but especially Orange Man because he's extra bad and orange.
Well, he's
I got a
got
clip.
TDS.
Well, I got a clip. I call Ryan racist, and I got to go clip him saying, "Yeah, I'm racist." So whenever he calls me a Nazi, I'm like, "Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, what now, motherfucker? Fuck you, bitch." But but I was just trolling the shit out of him, and then like when I start actually talking about how you should punish PDF files, like with the wall, he's like, "Well, human rights, human like PDF files don't deserve human rights, Ryan. You just want to
Tells you
punish Trump. You just want to punish Trump. This is a political victory for you. You don't care about the victims. Calm down
exactly.
there, buddy. This is a political victory. That's what I don't like about people. But Samuel Giroux or Giroux, however he wants to pronounce it. It does not matter if Trump is on the list or not. It's clear that his handlers behind the scenes are on the list. And yes.
I want to see Caucasian Sasquatch to give his take because he seems to have a theory too.
Fair enough, Squatch. Fair enough.
The greatest president of all in the United States. And instead of talking about the things we've achieved, we've had tremendous achievement. They're wasting their time with a guy who obviously had some very serious problems, who died 3-4 years ago. I'd rather talk about the success we have with the economy, the best we've ever had, and all of the things we've done, including the Middle East. I mean, you see it. Instead, they want to talk about the Epstein hoax. And the sad part is it's people that are really doing the Democrats' work. They're stupid people. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't care if you're the best president we ever had. If there's a potential that you're a kitty diddler, I want you to look at the wall and tell me how pretty it is. Tell me about the farm. You could be the absolute best leader the world has ever had and unify all peoples and bring flowers and unicorn and roses and world peace and be the second coming of Christ. But if you diddle kids, I want you to tell me how pretty that red brick wall is.
You ever see a movie called The Traveling Executioner? It's an older
No, I have
movie.
not.
I want you to sit here and think about the sweet fields of ambrosia as I pull this switch and send you to meet your maker.
It's crazy. Chuck, I think they need napalm, honestly. Not even the wall. Just they can face the wall and we'll splash napalm on their backs. How does that sound?
There you go. Yeah, we're getting way too many of them type of folk on the loose.
And that's what annoys me about Trump, because he's missing the point. Clear your name, my brother in Christ. Clear your name if you did nothing wrong. Have no fear. Let the
You hear him?
light
It's
shed
a hoax.
upon us. I want to believe that it's a hoax, but there is too much shit in the Epstein stuff. Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted. So she was trafficking to no one, from no one, by no one, to no one. Come on now. We heard about
Well,
this
she
little
was
black.
convicted on very specific incidents, I thought. Like a couple of incidents with Virginia Guthrie and one other chick, I thought. I didn't watch the trial or read it.
I don't. Was there? There wasn't even a trial, was there? Did she take a plea
There was
bargain?
testimony.
Okay. I mean, it all happened so fast.
That testimony might have even been in the rape case. Honestly, don't know. I gotta be honest, I don't really care. My the only potential for me was that rich ruling class motherfuckers might be pitchforked by their constituents, because it seems to be that's the only thing Americans care about, is whether or not someone has sex with their kids. They don't care about anything else, no matter how hard they're getting fucked. But if you look at their kids inappropriately, it's World War V. So I was holding out for that only. There'd be a list, and then people would finally stop voting for people who diddled children. Was the best I could hope for. Outside of that, I don't really care about Epstein or any of that stupid shit. It doesn't affect me.
I agree.
Yeah, you were hoping for that one little hope in humanity that people had some morality deep down. Is that what you're saying, Dennison?
Yeah, my real hope is that when shit gets worse and worse and worse and worse, on the precipice of oblivion, human beings will work together briefly and just long enough to prevent complete and total annihilation. We'll make that tiny bit of progress, and then we'll go back to fucking each other over again. That's my eternal optimism for the human species. But that doesn't mean I don't get whiffs of like, oh, hey, look at this weird shit going down over here. Maybe now Chuck will finally realize we live in a police state. No, I'm just kidding.
That was a low blow. Do y'all want to see me pick on Ryan for a little bit?
Not really. Chuck vote outweighs my vote.
No, it doesn't. We're equal.
You are equal. But it's topical to the conversation. I'm not ready to move on to the funny stuff yet.
I'm no better, no worse than the next person.
I'd like to try to have a discussion with Ryan because everybody tries to debate him. So if you're listening, Ryan, I extend that offer.
Well, I will give Ryan this. To be fair, Dennison, he joined the Discord, so I'm assuming that he's okay with networking.
Oh, he doesn't give a fuck. His feelings aren't hurt.
But
Ryan really can't be bullied. That's one of the reasons why I like him.
What's up, Sasquatch?
People talk so much shit about how he's a soy boy this and he's an idiot that.
All right, maybe it is me.
That dude is, he stands by his own convictions and he doesn't let other people gaslight him, and his feelings doesn't get hurt no matter what anybody says to him. I like him for that.
Oh, his feelings hurt.
His feelings do get hurt.
He was already hurt before he ever came up here. He was hurt. He feels like we are harming him, Anyway, pettiness.
You're here and you got some stuff. I'll put a poll in chat.
I feel like you're harming me right now.
I am. I'm trying to, but I can't reach you. Pettiness. My daughter moved into a trailer, went through, checked everything out. Everything was cool. She left to go get her stuff, moved back in. Everything still seemed cool, except someone stole all the toilet seats and the cord off of the stove, but they didn't just take the cord. They took the screws with it. Right? I'm like, okay, so I go to get screws. Nobody makes those screws. They don't fucking exist. They're a figment of my imagination, apparently. Even though I was holding one in my hand, because I went and got one off the dryer. They're the same. I checked, made sure. Went in, was like, can I get some of these? They're like, no. I went to a different place. Can I get some of these? They're like, no. I went to another place. Do you know one of these? No. Got something like it. What is it? So wood screw, same size. I don't like this. But you want a theory. You want a theory that would leave the Trump administration in a heinous lurch where they can't explain why it is they don't have information that they can release, right? And this is not my original theory. This is derived from a couple of videos done by Mr. Reagan almost 4 years ago, I think 3 years ago. The premise is, and he just pitched this as like an aside kind of thing, and he didn't think it through as far as I'm fixing to go into, but the entire Democratic apparatus is a byproduct of corruption in Washington. I'm not saying the GOP isn't. I'm saying that the Democratic apparatus is especially corrupt, right? That they actually maintain CIA type stuff on all Democrats that ever make it past the little local level. They create or develop or find or insinuate or in some way they get enough dirt on whatever particular candidate we're talking about that either they force them not to run if they're not in line with the party line, or they prevent them from winning, or they actually subvert them as an asset to the machine, right? Okay. Right. Now, this is all very general. This was when he was pitching this, it was kind of just an off the wall, kind of just stray round shot. Like, and here it is. What if the Democrats are so corrupt that the old guard that are leaving are having to pass off the reins of power to some of the new guard? And instead of there being a power vacuum, what's actually taking place is the people that are leaving are more or less appointing people that are coming in to take their place on their positions and on the financial and political globalist agenda thing, right? And what if in the process of this, they not only utilize assets that they know will be burned in the future, but position those assets in places where once they are burned, evidence can no longer be given out for one of two reasons. Either it implicates too many people in high echelons of government power, not just in America, but allies and specifically certain royalties around the planet, multiple plural royalties around the planet. If this were the case, then the fact that that Epstein got burned wouldn't necessarily mean he is DED. He may very well be living with Elvis and freaking Jim Morrison on a ranch in Oregon. You don't know. My point is, do you know what what the concept of fruit of the poison tree?
I am not familiar. What is the concept?
Okay, so fruit of the poison tree is when you utilize evidence that was ill-gotten and not legal. And so anything that derives from that evidence is called fruit of the poison vine or fruit of the poison tree. Right. I'm implying the concept of a fruit of the poison tree in line with a honey trap, which is exactly what Epstein looks like. So essentially, anyone who had anything to do with Epstein at any point in time in history is all suspect, right? Suspect, just on its surface, suspect. We got to ask questions at that point. The problem is so many uber powerful people and major stars and huge famous folks were involved that if you start trying to turn evidence, you're talking about 92% of the money in the world being attached directly to this particular case. And so in order to completely time bomb any opposing administration that comes in, the only evidence you leave in place are the evidence directly against American allies, royalty from whether it's Arab or European, take your pick, mafiosos, mafia, the really dangerous stuff, right? Which leaves the administration in a lurch. They're not exactly directly involved in this investigation. They did not do the investigation. They are utilizing information from the people who did do the investigation, which seems to be somewhat incomplete. And the information we do have only implicates our allies. That is like a fucking landmine for the Trump administration. When they come in going, okay, we're going to release all the files, and you get there and it's like every single American ally, a whole bunch of American assets, a shit ton of royals that are too important to turn over, a boatload of foreign assets that we now know about that we wouldn't have without this particular case. And all of it falls under the top secret heading by dint of being essentially an extension of a CIA probe or FBI probe, or pick your three-letter NSA. It doesn't really matter, right? And so you have all this evidence that none of it can be turned over. And they knew when they left office that none of this can be turned over. And so no matter how much he wails on that horn, it's just going to blow up in his face when we get to that point, because legally speaking, as U.S. assets and black projects and whatnot, they can't be turned over. So I leave you with this. Ghislaine Maxwell is in jail for trafficking underage victims for nobody, to nobody, from nobody, and receiving nothing. Pick it apart.
Drop. Mic drop. I mean, there ain't really nothing I can pick apart, but fucking, that's crazy.
Yeah, so this leaves Trump in a situation of saying, okay, we're going to release everything, because, you know, I would assume he knows he's not in there legitimately, that any evidence of him is circumstantial or whatever, because he did know the guy. They did hang out a bit. That doesn't necessarily mean anything in any particular direction, except like there's a guy over here on the other side of town. He's been convicted 4 times of that very same thing. Type thing, and he's still out on the street. I don't understand why. And I know the guy, and I've played baseball with him, but I don't do that stuff, right? I don't support it. I don't acknowledge it. I don't hang around with him in public, but he's part of a church, and we played softball against each other. You know, now this is a little different, but I'm just saying there are completely innocent reasons why people would know each other without there being, you know, nefarious. Now,
right.
That being said, I don't believe you make it on that airplane without knowing what kind of stuff goes on that airplane. And while being on the airplane in and of itself doesn't necessarily imply anything happened, it does open the door for investigation and whatnot. I have no problem with that. That's fine. Investigate everybody. And that I think that might be something like, I don't think I've got it pegged perfectly, but I'm saying that might be something like what we're seeing is it was a literal depth charge planted by the deep state for any anti-deep state administration that might show up. Because they knew that Trump was going to be an issue if he got into office, and they know he's the quintessential bull in a china shop type thing. Stuff's going to get broken, and so they broke their, like, there could be an argument to be made that Diddy may also be an aspect of this landmine type of concept.
All right, El Perro, I see you. Can I get a voice check?
You got it.
All right. What about you, David Wayne? Can I get a voice check?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Sorry, everybody has to deal with El Bumpkino. Any potential P bomber's got to deal with El Bumpkino. He will send you to the deportation grinder.
Sasquatch said it. Look at the way things unfolded. When Epstein got in trouble, the bug was bouncing around Wuhan.
No problem. Hey, David. Whoa. Chill out, man. Smoke a blunt.
Do you have a channel, sir?
I do. Is that a bad word?
Yes.
That whole concept is just frowned on by YouTube in general.
Okay.
And I was very general about the way I came in on this and tried not to make too many specifics. Right?
Okay.
All right.
I got you.
Yeah,
But
even with the more specific Epstein stuff, kind of gotta use coded language and tiptoe through the window, you know, that type of shit.
Tiny Tim.
I got you. I'm gonna do what you said and smoke a blunt and chill out.
Actually, you know what?
Yeah.
Talking about Epstein and all this government stuff, you know, the government be like, I don't have sex. I don't have relationships with men. I have relationships with women. I sleep with men. And you know what? I have one thing to say, government. That means you're gay.
I got news for you. That makes you gay.
Thank you for the clip, by the way. those of you who don't know the reference on this channel we're talking about, I'll show you. I gotta clip the audio for that when somebody says something gay on panel, and I'm like, I got news for you. That means you're gay. Just start playing that music in the background. For those of you who don't know in the audience, this is what that is from.
Does
It's
anybody-
the absolutely fucking hilarious shit. What's up, sir?
Does anybody remember the like 20 or 30,000 functional fake IDs that popped up in Michigan, and like most of it was in the Pacific Northwest, but there were a bunch in New York too. Anybody remember that? It was like 2020. It was 2020, maybe April or May. Seems like they found a whole bunch of quote unquote foreign U.S. IDs that were not in the system, but were basically either duplicates of things that were in the system with different names and addresses and stuff. And here's the thing, on like 40% of them, the barcode feature on the back actually functioned. It was a legitimate license as far as the U.S. government and the state government was concerned.
That is horrifying. But no, D3. No. Yes, but no. But no. Watch.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Oh no!
Literally the same fucking notes, dude.
Yeah. It's good stuff, bro.
All right, we're almost an hour in, so you know what that means. You know what that means.
For the poor.
Is this when me and Chuck touch tips?
Whoa, back up, bud.
You'll have to. It's that big, from what I hear. Oh my god, dude! I've been out there in the heat all freaking day. I fried my fucking brain working on that shit.
The grass got mowed, and I went out there and I played fetch with my dog, and it was a sight to behold. He was so fucking happy. And then I had his tennis ball had so many grass clippings on it. I'm like, little buddy, you're coughing. Let's go get some water. He's like, I'm a big buddy because I'm a big bulldog. And he jumped on me, and I'm like, God damn, you're getting big.
Yeah, right. This one's not getting any bigger. He's just getting more clever, more devious.
So 71% of people want to see me
this.
talk to Ryan.
You'll love this, dude. Listen to this. You'll love this. So I went and got me a cooler, stuck it back here with some drinks in it, so I wouldn't have to run to the refrigerator while I'm doing a show. And the dog noticed it, so I gave him a piece of ice, and he run off with the piece of ice, and I heard him crunch it up, and he come back. I gave him another piece of ice, and he run off with it, and I didn't think nothing about it. He came back a few minutes later, I gave him another piece of ice, and he went off with it. And I got to wondering, what are you doing with this ice, bud? I couldn't ever find it until I put my shoe on. He had put yes, he put the ice in my shoe. The same shoe. So my right shoe's walking around ice cold, wet. Left shoe's dry and sweaty, or hot and sweaty. It's devious. He's diabolical. I'm telling you.
Are you talking about the little one, right?
The little one, yes, the one that had his bottom teeth broke out and now sticks straight out like some fucking retard. It's amazing.
So basically, what you're telling me is that dog is more and more cat-like the more you tell me about it.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Him and my Mastiff both chase laser lights, and the Mastiff will full on loaf on the arm of a chair. He's 130 pounds, and we don't have a chair in the house that's not broken on the right side, because he will climb up in your lap and then climb over onto the arm of the chair and stick his paws under him like a cat sitting there and watch TV. And eventually the chair breaks, because it's like you sitting on the side of the chair, sitting on the arm all the time.
That is fucking wild.
Yeah. I got him a lion's mane because he's so cat-like. I figured it'd be funny. But every time I put it on, he just sits around sad like he did something wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's dude, if you saw this dog, like, he's got that whole soulful puppy dog look to him when he's sad. Dude, it'll break a big man's heart.
So my dog, like he loves playing fetch. He loves me to throw the ball, but he's that asshole. He's still in the puppy stage where he don't want to relinquish the ball. So he'll bring it back about 5 times. And he'll be like, "No, fuck you, this is my ball," and he'll like run to me.
Motivated. Does he like food?
Yes, he a big boy. He a chonkers.
Here's what you do: get you a pocket full of dog food right before you walk out the door, and every time he brings you that ball back, give him a couple of pieces of food to shove it in his mouth. Don't ask him for it. Just like when he comes back, tell him to drop. Tell him the thing. Sit, drop. And if he doesn't do it, doesn't matter. Take the ball. Give him food. He's got to bring you the ball. Whether he does all the other things or not, bringing the ball is the most important part. Dropping is the second most important part. That whole sit thing is pretty. It looks good, but it's somewhat unnecessary.
Well, he sits on command like 90% of the time.
Does he sit and drop the ball?
No.
And that's the thing about a bulldog is their drive is to possess, is to keep and hold. That's their whole motivation.
Yeah, no. So he'll bring it back like 5 times, right? But that 6th time and every other time he'll be like, "All right, I'm coming back to you because I love you and I like you to throw the ball, but you ain't getting this motherfucker. I'm gonna go lay down right under the porch with it and stuck it under my arm, and you ain't gonna get it. And then when you try to get it, I'm gonna grab it with my mouth and be like, "No." Like I just got him. Good.
Go ahead.
I got him 3 weeks ago to actually understand tug of war, and that is his favorite game.
Sure.
He's like, "No, everything is tug of war. Even this ball that I'm gonna bite your hand over, not really mean to bite you. But you're gonna get fucked up trying to get this ball. It's my ball."
Right. Well, if you give him food in exchange for the ball, he'll usually just drop the ball to get the food, provided you're not tugging on it at the time you're giving him the food. Now, you might have to get something that he especially likes. I mean,
this bag of dog food wouldn't work. He don't like this shit.
That's what I'm saying. Moose will do it for something from my hand. Like he loves me, he loves my wife, and we could feed him rocks and he'd eat them because it came from us. So, like that's a bad thing. But with a puppy, you might have to go grab you a little begging strip and break it into like 3 pieces, each one of them, because you don't want to give him much. You want to just give him just enough for him to get a good taste for it, but not enough to actually fill him up.
Yeah, enough he starts slobbering.
Right. Just enough to make him want it.
I got some clips of Tucker, which is my dog. Me and him playing fetch at the park at night with me and my homie. Y'all vote. Is should I post Tucker clips?
I think you should do Tucker clips as shorts. I think your channel would.
That's what I was thinking about.
That way you get, 10 times as many clips and 10 times as much engagement without doing any real additional work.
And it's a more interesting aspect of a personality on the internet because it gives them a closer view of their actual life and their interactions.
That's
people love doggos. People love doggos.
That's why I asked about the archery video, because that was gonna be obviously shorts and maybe a long form showing off me being able to shoot accurately and way better than Cat. Way better than Cat. But
those little hobby videos and stuff too, those are great.
Well, there is something to be said to having a theme, and YouTube doesn't like people to like stray too far off of a particular subject or topic or method or whatever. I don't know why, but YouTube's kind of autistic like that. But that being said, if you use your short specifically for your like IRL behind the scenes, this is it, what I do, and I'm playing with my dog, I'm shooting my bow, I'm shooting my bow while playing with my dog, yada yada yada, then that's the theme of your shorts. And then you do the panel bursts on live streams, and then you still have like your I don't know, what do you call it? Not short form. I guess it is kind of short form content.
You can do the long form or short form videos on the gaming content that I do with people like
exactly
Innocent and James, because I'm looking forward to actually playing some games. The panel should. Oh wait, the poll shouldn't be closed. No, the poll's still up. Y'all want to vote?
Oh, my freaking brain is fried, dude.
One vote. We can't have a poll like that, guys. Come on, vote. What the?
Panel Election interference is allowed in this sector of the internet. If you feel like voting with multiple accounts, I will not be mad. We respect democracy
Weird.
around here.
It is requested. It shall be done.
I got sound out of everything with this last update in my computer. Like, I had to go back and sign back into everything, like my StreamYard, my YouTube, all of it, everything. It's weird. Like, I'm glad. Like, just the other day, I went and dug into my Google password manager thing, and I went through and like just glanced at all the different passwords and was like, oh right, yeah, that and this. Like, I was looking for my Discord password, and so I went through and found my Discord password. But I looked at all of them while I was there, and then I started up today, and like nothing in Edge was signed in, nothing in Google was signed in. I didn't have access to anything at all, and I was like, well, that's disappointing. But my memory is such that, like, just having glanced at that screen, I was able to be like, this one's that, and this one's that, and this one's that. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad I had that moment to glance at it.
Actually, Cat, if I pull your comment, you know the head nod that dudes do when they walk by and they greet each other that way? When I pull your comment up, that's the head nod of acknowledgement and, hey, how you doing?
That's me typing your name. Whenever you pop up in chat, I don't know half you people. I don't have anything to say to y'all. I don't follow y'all around or watch y'all on YouTube. I don't know who the fuck y'all are.
I ain't scared of you.
It's like, hi, how you doing? That's it. That's what's that.
You scared of that woman? You know you are.
I would like to be scared of that woman.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
She stuffs things.
I will stuff some shit. It's not a problem, bro.
She can stuff some things. I can stuff some things. I've been taught to share.
There's plenty of stuff to stuff around, Joe. We got plenty. It's good.
How
Turns out I was
doing,
born
my
to
lady?
stuff something.
Well, bless your heart.
Well, the people did want to see me shit talk Ryan a little bit, so we will play a little bit of this.
That's such an easy shot, though, dude. Aren't you punching down with that one a little bit? Not really.
I'm 6 inches at a time.
I mean, intellectually speaking, I guess, because he's
Ryan's smart. Ryan's smart.
It's not that Ryan's not smart, but he's intellectually trapped by his ideology. See, here's the thing, and here's how I can tell. You've seen me disassemble people with jokes before, right? Completely break them. So when you're joking with Ryan, he will completely willingly laugh at the joke that is so detestable that afterwards he starts trying to explain why that's completely wrong and you shouldn't do that. But bitch, you laugh. You laugh first, and then you justify everything else. That means you are working a narrative you do not personally agree with. You merely agree with the idea. You want it to happen, and other people do it because you think it's a good idea. But the reality of it is you're not willing to live that life. If it came down to it, you wouldn't laugh at the joke.
Oh yeah, no. He said he was in the trenches, and he got mogged for that because Bumpkin asked him, "What have you done? What actual like activism and protests have you been to?"
Well, I watched that. Yeah, that was beautiful, bro. It demonstrates that. And when him and Rob Noah were talking, and Rob would like ask him about like the Russian interference, and homeboy got caught up on some Pokemon Go shit, like it was the most important thing that ever happened in the universe. And I'm like, it doesn't matter that there were 43 million people or 403 million people playing Pokemon Go at the time. Only 293,000 of them were in America. And most of those probably weren't American citizens at the time. You know what I mean?
It was last night, Oxycat.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Are you good, G?
Pim Bondi was lying, which, I mean,
she should be brought up on hot files.
That would be wild,
yeah. Or whatever. I mean, look, I think it's time. I think even Mike Johnson, MAGA Mike Johnson, has come around and said that he supports releasing the files. I think it's time we see what the deal is.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think, and here's the thing: most of those Trumpers, that 50% of the country that you're talking about, most of them believe in releasing those files. In fact, if you don't agree with him, if you don't agree with releasing those files, maybe just maybe, hey, that wall over there is really shiny. You should look at it. Because if you don't agree with releasing those files, you're probably in those
Tell
files.
me about the
Also, well,
rabbits.
there's also a lot of people who don't want to release files because Trump has decided not to release the files.
Well,
And so-
well, you can see him visually getting uncomfortable
Yeah.
when I said face the wall.
Yeah, it's got to be.
If that's the
like,
case,
the euphemism you should use on him, because he might not get it immediately, but it's the same euphemism as "tell me about the rabbits," right? Of my
I
skin.
like that one.
That's the thing, is it's a little bit more behind the veil. It's a little bit more of a dog whistle, but it means the same damn thing.
Tell me about George. Tell me about the rabbits.
George, just look over there. Tell me about the rabbits.
And they're implicit in that wall is very shiny. And
It's
no, Ryan, the wall. The
you
wall
guys
is
gotta
the
relax
perfect.
with the walls.
The
Let's
wall.
lock
The
people
wall
up.
is
If
perfect.
there are people
No,
who did crime,
he fucking gay. He gay Frenchman waved at me. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, he monarchied your ass. Bring me up.
If that's the case, I gotta fuck with him. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were so bougie that you could just gay Frenchman arm wave me away. And they're implicit, and that wall is very shiny. And
It's
no, Ryan. The wall. The
you
wall.
guys got to
is
relax with
perfect.
the walls.
The
Let's
wall.
lock
The
people
wall
up,
is
okay?
perfect.
If there are
Nah.
people who did crimes, let's lock them up. Let's charge them. Let's go through. We have a
do we
process for this.
do we want to have the death penalty debate here, Ryan? Do we want to do this? Do we want to have the death penalty debate?
No, I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in talking
Look,
about
man,
the
the wall should be your favorite place. It's non-discriminatory. It loves everyone equally.
No, we can talk about death penalty another time.
Well, he
Anyway,
cringed
people on both
big
sides of
time on
No,
that.
I'm sorry, but I felt that was like the funniest thing I could say at the time. Dennison is playing Star Citizen, one of the best games in existence if you love space, but it does have its problems.
Right. I don't personally support the death penalty. We don't.
I'm not going to be reasonable when it comes to PDF files. Don't walk it back now, Ryan. Either you're with me or you're against me. Either you're in the files or you're not.
I'm not here to be bloodthirsty. I'm here to convict. I'm here to make sure that people who do crimes.
I'm going to ask you one time.
I don't care what your version of accountability is or my version of accountability. That's not what we're here to debate. We're here. I think we're all in agreement, frankly, that they.
We are. The debate now is how far we should go, Alexi. Are you willing to go all the way, or do you just want to have a rah victory lap?
Self for the rest of their lives. Yeah.
And so they can be a burden on taxpayers.
Why waste money? Why waste money?
It's more expensive to do that death penalty because we
does and says, okay,
we're in different cults.
Actions, right? I don't like Trump because of his actions, not because he's orange. All right.
You can see the eye popping because we're talking about the TDS.
Care about any of this shit.
That's racist, Ryan.
Well, yeah, I'm racist. I don't care.
But you
don't clip it. Wait, yes. All right, we're done here. I gotta clip this.
You gotta slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, hold on. This is my crowning achievement. I make racists of everyone.
Well, no, that's not true. I have a joke that proves most people are racist, because they laugh, just like with Ryan, they laugh about it before they actually justify it in their own mind. Laughter is involuntary. You find it funny, you laugh, and then later you go, "Oh, I'm going to hell," right? We all say that sometimes, but the reality of it is that laugh is involuntary. You don't get to determine it. There are some people who just don't laugh, and I don't like those people. You can't trust them.
Mm-mm. Dennison, you have a question from Slutty Gorilla Biscuits. Have you played the Oblivion Remastered at all?
No.
What you guys? The funny thing is, I don't.
No,
like
Ryan,
Trump
we're in
because
different
the things
cults.
that he does and says. Okay.
We're in different cults.
His actions, right? I don't like Trump because of his actions, not because he's orange. All right. I don't care about any of this shit. I
play anything anybody
Ryan.
wants on my channel,
I'm
though.
racist. I don't care.
If it's free, if not, you can hit up the Cashapp or the PayPal rather, and I'll play it.
Fair enough. Star Citizen is wouldn't it be best described as a roguelike RPG?
It's a space sim and
Space sim.
soon to be MMO. It's heading more and more MMO as it gets developed. So by the time it gets released, I might not play it anymore.
Yeah, that's tragic. If it goes from space sim to MMO, that would be. I found a new guy. I found a new thing. Right, massive multiplayer online game. That's what MMO is. But
More to the point, though, MMO is like where the developers hate the players, and since the game doesn't generate revenue, they try every way to squeeze every single penny out of you to make it to where it ultimately becomes pay to win and all you have are like rich dudes who dominate everything, and then like what do you call them? Like LARPing bundles of sticks who come out of the game just so they can wear certain outfits and whatever, embrace whatever version of Furby kink they have.
Ooh. So I said this is going to be a short stream because we do have the esoteric stream later tonight with Snow at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard.
What?
So yeah, we're gonna be going over the zodiacs because we only did like one part of the houses and everything.
I wanted to show the Sean Combs shit.
The Diddy stuff?
Or Sean Reyes.
Really? Oh. Is it esoteric or is it something you want to show on this part of the stream?
It's like along the lines of body cam, it's 1A stuff.
Oh well, I'm not gonna end it. So we can still do that. Apparently, there's a tsunami heading towards Alaska. It's gonna be a really cold, shitty situation. But we're at the 1 hour mark, so I got to do it again.
For the poor.
So I found some cool stuff that I want to share with you guys. I'm gonna drop the link just in case y'all want to go watch them later. We're only gonna watch the first part of this particular video because I really, really, really like the story. And I like strong women. Strong women is something I find attractive. And I just wish I had a ride or die chick like this in my life.
Over the edge mentally is not just a modern thing, and here are 3 times it happened in history with some pretty severe consequences. Number 1, Jean de Clisson. It's the year 1300, and a red-haired baby girl is born to a minor noble family in Brittany. Her parents name her Jean, and as they lean down to look at their adorable newborn baby, they smile and say, "Jackpot!" You see, Jean was a beautiful child, a very valuable asset in those days. So as soon as she was old enough, her parents eagerly married her off to a noble in exchange for a whole lot of land. Being just 12 years old, Jean probably had no idea what love was. So she just went along with the plan and quickly had 2 kids with this guy and accepted that this was probably what her life was going to be. But 14 years later, her husband unexpectedly dies, and as a 26-year-old single mother in the Middle Ages, she needs to find someone else to marry to take care of her and her kids. She was still very young, and according to historical accounts, still super hot, so she quickly marries a member of the Breton ruling family. But his family thinks their guy would be better off marrying someone a little richer, and so they get the Pope to quickly annul their marriage. Jean then...
I'm gonna be real. I find it absolutely hilarious that he got the Pope to come in and throw a flag in on the marriage. That kind of makes me laugh a little bit. I don't know about y'all. Not Christine. You clicked on a video.
Meets and marries another Breton noble named Olivier de Clisson. And this time, the vibes are completely different. Against all odds, in a time when marriage between nobles was usually just political, Jean and Olivier fall madly in love. They go on to have 5 kids together, and life is perfect. A loving husband, beautiful children, wealth and power. What more could you want? But everything changes in 1341 when the Duke of Brittany dies without leaving a clear heir. And the family feud over who gets to be the next duke spirals into a 30-year war called the Breton War of Succession. The kings of England and France both rubbed their hands together, spying an opportunity to ensure the new duke would support them in their own 100 Years' War. So the English support John of Montfort, the half-brother of the duke, while the French supported his niece and her husband Charles de Blois. Jean and her husband choose to support Charles de Blois and side with the French and their king Philip VI. Fighting for the French, Olivier and his army recapture the lost city of Vannes, but the victory is short-lived and the English quickly take it back. Olivier and other commanders there are captured.
I don't know, Christine. You choose what you allow, darling. Why are you here? Why are any of us here? What is the meaning of life?
And for some reason, he's traded back to the French for a suspiciously small amount of money. And this makes the French start to believe he's a traitor. The Pope comes in and calls a timeout on the war in 1343. And in this brief truce, the king invites Olivier and other nobles from Breton to Paris to participate in a tournament to celebrate the newfound peace. Olivier thinks this is awesome and travels to France. But the second he steps onto French soil, he's arrested and taken prisoner. He's tried for treason and thrown into a dungeon to await his trial. Back in Breton, Jean finds out about this, rushes to Paris, and desperately tries to get her husband released, even going so far as to bribe the king's sergeant, but ultimately fails. Olivier is given a sham trial, and in August, he's marched out to the town square and publicly beheaded. His body's then hung up in Paris, and his head was shipped off to Brittany to be displayed on a spike. Horrific for anyone.
So, does anybody know where this story is going?
What story is it?
The story that they're talking about, the woman in history. Bouvier.
What's her name?
From Brittany. Fuck, I can't remember. I can't remember her first name. It's the Bouvier. It's the Bouviers from Brittany in France during the 100 Years' War. So I will take that as a no.
No.
All right, let's keep watching. This is going to be amazing.
But for a noble to be treated like this was the ultimate disrespect. In Brittany, Jean brings her 2 youngest sons to look at their father's severed head. She forces them to stare at their father's pale, lifeless face that is now weeks old and is rotting and covered in a swarm of flies. Inside, she boils with rage and refuses to let her children look away. They must understand that the king must pay. And so, at the age of 43, Jean decides to dedicate the rest of her life to making the rest of King Philip's life a living hell. She breaks all ties to France and sells off her entire estate, land, jewelry, anything.
I'll just say this is one of the stories in history of the reason the saying of a hell hath no fury like a woman scorn exists.
Everything she owned of value and uses the cash to raise a small personal army. She arrives at Chateau de Tuffeau, a castle controlled by the French loyalists. She weeps loudly at the castle gates, asking for the men to allow a heartbroken widow entry. The commander of the castle looks down and recognizes her as a noble who supports Charles de Blois and opens the gates. Once the gates are open, Jean's army reveal themselves and storm into the castle. The castle garrison is caught off guard, and Jean orders her men to massacre them all. She spares just one man and gives him instructions to give King Philip the regards of Jean de Clisson. She continued to sack castles along the Normandy coast with her personal army, and eventually she buys 3 warships, which she paints black and dyes their sails blood red. She names her flagship My Revenge, and essentially becomes a pirate. She carries with her a massive axe and begins terrorizing French merchant ships in the English Channel. Her tactics are brutal, as she's not so interested in looting. Her only goal is revenge on the French. The crew of every ship she targets is slaughtered, and she personally beheads every French nobleman she finds with her axe. Only one witness on each ship is left alive to tell the story of what had happened. As word of Jean and her black fleet gets back to the king, she becomes known as the Lioness of Brittany. Word of this crazy redhead with these black ships that's f***ing up French merchant ships somehow gets back to the English, and they immediately recognize her as a valuable ally and begin funding her to keep up the good work. But Jean's reign of terror couldn't last forever, and in 1348, the French Navy finally tracked down her fleet. In a brutal battle, her fleet is destroyed and her flagship is boarded. But when the soldiers look for Jean, she's already long gone. She had escaped in a tiny boat with some members of her crew, with no...
The true definition of a bad bitch.
So,
hey, how dare you call me the fucker? You sit down and shut up. How dare you call me out like that?
You're saying she's redheaded?
Yeah.
And a pirate?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm lost. I'll just set up the white flag. I give up. I'm done.
Nah, bro. I'll be like,
no, I'm just.
Yes.
If this is torture, chain me to the wall.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, I watched that movie too. that little chihuahua from that fucking dog movie. Hey, baby, if this is torture, chain me to the wall.
Right. Yep.
Me too, Cat. Me too. If I was a French or English nobleman back in the day, I'd be like, hey, the Red Queen, marry me.
Oh, dude, I had a conversation with the wife the other day, and she was like, I don't know what brought it up. I think she was talking to somebody online or whatever, like playing a game, and she looks at me. She goes, "How would you live if you were, like 1700s and living here in Georgia?" I said, That wouldn't be good. She said, what do you mean? I said, well, owning people would be perfectly, you know, culturally okay. And I love bitches. It'd be like Pokemon. I'd have to collect them all, bro. And of course, after she threw a drink in my face, we never talked about it again.
The movie about the dogs is called Oliver. It's about a cat that gets adopted by a homeless man and his padre of adopted doggies, and he owns money to a loan shark and have to navigate that whole fucking situation. But the Mexican comic relief dog is fucking hilarious. Me too, cat. Me too. Sometimes being Little Spoon is okay when she's hot and redheaded and beheads people with a big ass axe.
And perhaps, you know, armed.
No food or water, they floated helplessly for 6 days.
Yes.
And some crew members ultimately did not survive the escape. Finally, on the 7th day, Jean drifted onto English shores, half dead, but still alive enough to ruin King Philip VI's day. Upon landing in England, she was welcomed by King Edward III as a respected ally. With her ships and crew gone, she decides she had enough of the pirate life. 2 years later, her nemesis, King Philip VI, dies anyway, closing that chapter, and she meets and marries an English knight named Walter Bentley. They returned to Brittany together, where she peacefully lived out the rest of her days, dying at the ripe age of 59. Which...
Do you see that some stories have a happy ending?
So that is all down to interpretation and perspective. Because even some of the most heinous stories sometimes can be viewed through a rosy lens. I mean, after all, from Anakin's perspective, you are the bad guy.
I mean, the Jedi were the bad
guy. There were no good guys. Can we agree to that first before we go any further on this conversation? That the Jedi were not good. This is the thing I hate about people who try to make the good bad argument with Jedi and Sith, because the Jedi are at best neutral. Right? And while they may be some level of supremely powerful in that bailiwick, the Sith are unabashedly selfish, right? That's their primary motivation is power. So these are kind of opposition, more along the lines of communist versus anarchist, sort of, except the rule of two changed all of that.
Through power, I gain victory, and through victory, my chains are broken.
Right. They are enslaved by an oppressive system that they are trapped within, and only through overthrowing it can they rise to where they belong.
The Force shall set me free.
Right.
That sounds more like the eternal struggle. Hint, hint. Question, question. Go ahead.
Peace is a lie. There is only passion.
Right. Okay. I'd have to go and read it. Like, I'd have to Google it or whatever. But the two mantras are oppositional in nature because the writers thought that would be, you know, quixotic or something, like impactful. I kind of prefer the concept of the Force itself as being sort of an ambivalent sort of thing. It's just there. And then there are these people that use it for their own purposes. Either way, whether it's the Jedi or the Sith, they're being selfish with it. Because even the Jedi are you know, sort of responsible for maintaining something of community and communication throughout the galaxy. And so 99% of their power is eaten up trying to protect this concept of communal well-being, which does nothing for anybody anywhere ever, except in the rare case where murking a motherfucker is exactly what needs to happen. But the Sith do that too, but they do it with more of a bent towards accumulating influence and power. They do that part of it very intentionally, but so do the Jedi. The Jedi literally kidnap children from across the galaxy and enslave them into a system not of their own choosing for life. And in the event they happen to make a mistake and possibly tap the dark side, they just go off to a farm upstate.
Yeah. How could one then side with the Jedi? It's crazy.
I see. Okay, so the Sith's allies, I can understand. These people make sense to me. These people are all doing this with the knowledge that this individual is attaining power for himself and has more power than the situation I'm currently involved in. I am entirely ancillary to it. I'm sort of a victim of the same system that the Sith is trying to freaking subvert in the first place, right? I can understand the motivation of these people being pawns in someone else's game, even when they realize that's what's happening. It's profitable as hell. I don't understand people aligning themselves with like the old hick in the hills. Right?
Yeah.
I don't see that. Okay, so they got this big mushroom-shaped palace in the middle of freaking Coruscant over here. It costs bajillions and jillions and jillions of dollars to make, but they don't own any possessions. Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
That's just trash. That's not true. None of that is true.
I'm gonna need to check inside your asshole.
Yeah. Hey, joke's on you, bro. I'm into that kind of thing. I left you a note in there.
Christine, the Cashapp and the Ko-fi's in the description.
Arms for the poor.
Some people are just mean. But no,
it's okay. We'll cuddle later.
There's something that I found funny. We're not gonna watch it all, but confused Japanese historian described weird first Europeans. Hint, hint. The person they're describing is not of European ancestry.
In the reign of Emperor
By the way, I'm also gonna share this channel because it is fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, Voices of the Past is really cool. I mean, it's got some political motivations in the language, but it's great.
Yes.
Nara, the 108th emperor since the days of Jimmu, sometime about the Koji period, a southern barbarian trading vessel came to our shores. From this ship, for the first time, emerged an unnameable creature, somewhat similar in shape to a human being, but looking rather more like a long-nosed goblin, or the giant demon Makoshi no Yudo. Upon close interrogation, it was discovered that this was a being called Bateren. The length of his nose was the first thing which attracted attention. It was like a conch shell, though without the surface warts, attached by suction to his face. His eyes were as large as spectacles, and their insides were yellow. His head was small. On his hands and feet, he had long claws. His height exceeded 7 feet, and he was black all over. Only his nose was red. His teeth were longer than the teeth of a horse. His hair was mouse grey in color, and over his brow was a shaved spot in the outline of a wine bowl turned over. What he said could not be understood at all. His voice was like the screech of an owl. He was dressed in a garment called habito, which looked somewhat like a piece of felt carpet. It was mouse grey in color, with long sleeves and the skirt slit. Wearing this garment.
So, did you see who he was describing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I did.
It was a Jesuit. A Jesuit is what he was describing.
Yeah, one of them there scribes what wrote 90% of our history.
Yeah.
What's funny about the Jesuits? Any primitive tribe they encountered all practiced cannibalism.
Really?
But did they really? See, I think
the Jesuits practice cannibalism.
I don't know about that, but I know that was one of the primary sins that they would utilize to exert power in the local region by having Spain or one of the other Catholic nations send troops or at least support in some ways or another, which basically just meant more white people over here, essentially. And so,
yeah. Total bug. That's exactly what that is.
So, cannibalism carries with it a few little nasty diseases, right? And it's some things that you only get through not just having eaten people, but having eaten people a lot. It takes a bit, and there's a few things where there's one of them, something like mad cow disease. It basically just eats holes in your brain. It's a prion disease, and it's wild. And one of the first symptoms is a tendency to rub your fingers together a certain way. It's called pill rolling, and it's completely subconscious thing that happens. It's a byproduct of neural feedback.
No. I saw you and D3 thank me. I should have addressed it on D3. No. Thank you guys for supporting me. No need to thank me. It's the least I could. It's literally the least I could do. Thank you guys for your supports. Very much. But Total Bug, I did also post the link to that Japanese video. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. Voices of the Past does it's not just Japanese stuff. They go and find these obscure books and letters that we have saved from ancient times. Like they have a Roman letter from a Roman delegation to China back before the split and collapse of Rome, which is pretty fucking cool. They have a lot of it is like East meets West, so it'll be like Chinese diplomats and Japanese diplomats or merchants from Portugal or Rome type deal. But it's pretty fucking cool.
I got a question, bro.
I might have an answer.
It's strictly an opinion, but
okay.
Gulliver's Travels or Marco Polo?
I've never actually read Marco Polo.
Okay. So you can kind of skip it and watch the Netflix thing, because while they completely skipped over a whole bunch of stuff, you can go and specifically read those bits or see it in videos on YouTube. The Marco Polo Netflix thing does a pretty decent job of explaining the physical travel and the approximate time period. What it doesn't do is deal with the one-footed men or the people with faces of dogs or the people that have faces in the middle of their chest, or, there's a whole bunch of stuff that Marco Polo, that the story of Marco Polo purports that is completely not done at all. The Netflix thing is a fictional historical thing, right? It's a period piece. But it's unbelievably interesting, though, because one of the weird features is like the people with the faces in their chest. There was a tribe of people once who wore a thing. What was it? What's it called? The little chest plate. That's not really a chest plate. God, I'm gonna have to look it up.
There's been a lot of people that wear those ceremonial armor like things where they like a crescent moon or a weird shape, and
these people specifically wore a
bandolier. Was it a bandolier?
No, it's usually a gorget. Typically a gorget is worn right below the neck and protects, if this is what it's actually purposed for, we don't really know, but it protects the clavicles and the sternum, right? Specifically the heart. It kind of sits right over the heart if, somebody's throwing a spear at you or something. Now, it's not going to save you, but it keeps your heart from being damaged. I don't know why that freaking matters. I'm not sure that's what it's actually for. But the people I'm talking about, they wore a wooden cutout of an ancestor, and the little wooden cutout had a bit that looked like a hat on top of it. This is described by other travelers. Like this is not an unknown thing. It's just that the little cutout, the little hat, had eyes, and they just wore it like a little top, and it was a ceremonial doohickey they did. And so if he came across one of these ceremonies not understanding what he was looking at, because they would dress up in all kinds of feathers and leaves and stuff and dance around and do like kind of like the southwestern Native American dances, but more Celtic and Slavic in nature. Animism
is if you've ever studied animism, like, because like a lot of people know about it because of video games from Paradox, and it's like it does give you a good representation of just how much of the world practice animism. What it doesn't do is give you the specifics of those regions and what type of animism they practice, because like animism is very interesting or very horrifying depending on what region of the world you're in. Like African animism and North American Indian or Native American versus, which I don't really believe anybody's native to North or South America. I feel like that's the one continent that somehow got hominids not put on it, but I digress.
Anyway, what I'm getting here with what you're saying is animism has one very solid feature, and it's very strange that it should be. Whether it's the northern Ainu of Japan, or the people of the Kamchatka Peninsula, or the people in freaking North American Canada, they all practiced almost identical forms of animism based off of the same animals, mostly, right? There were a few exceptions where moose and elk got like mixed up between them, but they're big deer, you know, so close enough.
I feel like it was more regionalized.
Well, no, these specific mythoses were regionalized, but like the concept of the Firebird, right, or the Thunderbird are virtually identical across the two concepts. The concept of rebirth, renewal, destruction, and rebirth.
Yeah.
So,
these metaphysical and highly
or Cyranos. Cyranos is a perfect example. Whether it's the Japanese Ainu in North Japan, they had a horned god who walked the earth specifically to bring about a concept of neutral justice, which involved basically promoting nature and life and more animism. Cyranos was identical in the Celtic structure, and the Native Americans had the land spirit. It was basically a horned god that walked around and sort of kind of granted wishes in a monkey's paw kind of way, but it always resulted in some place either being built up and developed or abandoned and grown over by nature. It was always a monkey's paw kind of thing.
Let me deal with chat for a second. Well, not deal with them, engage with them. I'm sorry, y'all. Didn't mean to see that sound antagonistic. Mystery 3. I have watched the first half of Shogun, and it is so fucking good. Last year I started watching it, but all hell broke loose, and I just haven't really kind of up until recently, and I started doing these streams. I kind of just been zooming through life, so I haven't really been consuming a lot of content or doing stuff other than working. It's something I do want to get back into watching. Producer lady, I'm sorry, no, I don't. It's on charge. I will go get it. And now I feel like I've missed donations and people are mad at me.
Well, we were mad at you first. The donations are incidental.
Don't worry about it. Thank you for subscribing. I hope you enjoy the content and the conversations. Let's see, Hank
You
had
see your
as well.
you see your snake made an appearance last night, this morning
On what? What are you talking about?
on flows.
Just type it in the back chat because I'm trying to get out of the drama stuff for right now.
Gotcha, big boy.
It's overdone. You know, it might still be profitable. You might be able to wring a little bit out of it, but 3 days of talking about it, it's enough. You know. Now, if some new shit pops off, then it's free game. But do you have that? Do you have that link, Dennison? That body cam footage you wanted to go over?
It's a few videos like that tells a story.
About a man named Jed.
Poor mountaineer. Barely kept his family fed.
Hey, look, the Beverly Hillbillies are a
Then
staple.
one day he was shooting at some gold.
If you don't mind me controlling it, I think I could get through it in an hour.
Yeah, but well, yeah. I mean, I don't mind you controlling it, but the time, because I do want to go play with my puppy before it starts to get dark. But it don't get dark.
Is that what they call it nowadays, Ortho? Playing with your puppy?
Chuck, simmer down.
That was just a question. There wasn't nothing.
Read the
There's
room.
always something gay over Chuck.
Take it as you will.
Because he's going to give it to you.
Yeah,
there it is. More gay.
Chuck,
Yeah,
I want you to know something.
Yes,
I love
dear.
you to death. You know it, and I love you to death. But I got news for you.
Yes,
That means
dear.
you're gay.
Oh shit.
Just means you're gay, Chuck.
Can I be fixed?
Okay, he Chuck falls to his knees and reaches out to the sky like Willem Dafoe.
I'm not going to lie. I saw this coming.
Pause.
Pause on that.
No, wait. Sasquatch, I have news for you.
Yeah,
Means
okay.
you're gay.
I accept this. I deserve this. In fact, I'm enjoying it. Great. Will you send me some money? You see my cash app?
Look how serious this man is, or this lady, or whatever the fuck. This is genderly ambiguous, right here. You know what, David? I have some news for you. That means you're gay.
Oh shit.
You know.
Oh shit. Oh Lord. Yeah. Oh Lord.
Oh, bro.
Oh, man.
How much do
This
you
is
know
why I
about
love streaming.
your French history?
Not a lot. I refuse to. I am disgusted every time I remember the French exist.
What if it involves an army of wolves taking on Paris?
I feel like I would enjoy that, actually.
Wait, I mean, I have to admit, French are the only people I know of that openly admit they were once defeated by wolves.
That's crazy.
You know, the English, they just murked them all. They were like, wolves, bad, dead, good.
Oh, shit! Let's fucking go! What? I don't want to get too excited, but we just shouted Oxycat.
What that smell was.
Yo, you are mean. Let me grab my phone. I'll be right back, John.
Use the loofah. Hey, find that fucking video. You'll love it. Hold on. This will be great. This is the creepiest commercial ever produced. Well, one of. Use the loofah. No. Show me the commercial I want. I hate YouTube sometimes. Let's try it this way. I can't remember what the commercial was about.
I'm back. It was Platoon from the music, for those who ask. That's crazy. That's a crazy statement, Lauren.
All right, check this out. Check this madness out.
She said, put Oxycat. I'm not even wet.
Nice. I am.
I am now.
That's crazy.
Damn, he beat me to it. Well, I'm aroused.
Oh, wait.
Okay, So, hold on, drop it back down. Let me make sure it's what I'm looking for first. I haven't checked it. I was just fixing to mute up and do that.
Oh, well, what have we got here? That's the poor box. It sure is.
I didn't even see you in chat. Thank you, Bob. I want to make sure you get some recognition. I think you actually sent this before I even went live, but thank you, sir. Bob is one of the very first people to have ever donated to me. Him and Blue Jay are technically founding members of the channel. They were the first people to ever support me. They don't come around often much because they have their own streams and their own stuff they're doing. But I want to give them a special thanks. And Bob, this is for the white woman breeding centers because we know, Bob, you love your white women. Here you go.
My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure, and make it wanna dribble dribble. You know, riding in my Fiat, you really have to see it. 6 feet 2 in a compact, no slack. But luckily the no backing on an end to relax my mind. Sipping something red wine. I sit bruised from chalices, holding my palaces. Grip is so cramped, suck it suffer from paralysis. Times, I ride him in the.
All right, let it rip. So what this is a commercial. I don't know if it was a legitimate one or if it's like some part of a movie or something. I have no idea when I saw it or why or how I came across this. But the product supposedly is Shiny Suds. And this is part of the commercial that I was talking about. The whole use the loofah thing. And it's...
Morning! You've forgotten us already?
Why are you still here?
We're still here because you sprayed us here.
What chemical residue left over from your cleaner?
Made from toxic ingredients. We give you the impression of clean.
And then we get to watch you clean.
Now, if you'd please.
You don't want to be late for work.
Get in the tub, please.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, look at
you.
Jim is doing
wonders on the core.
Use the loofah.
Loofah, 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 loofah. We shine like only Chinese.
That is wild.
Wait till
Skywalker.
Trunk Monkey commercials.
Yo, I love the Trunk Monkey commercials. We
Yeah.
should watch some of this. Yeah, woo! I think every guy was the Suds are my I think the Suds are everybody's spirit animal.
Use the loofah.
Use the loofah.
Then they cheer. Oh my god, they're such slide balls. They're
bro.
They're toxic. You get the toxic part? They're toxic.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Lord.
it's one of those internet classics. It's right up there with like Charlie the Unicorn.
All right, we got 42 votes. It is 76% of yes, I should post Tucker clips.
Absolutely.
23% no. Crazy. I thought that'd be like 100%.
That's because people are contrary. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you.
That's why we have to manufacture consensus.
See, it's when you start talking like this that I'm just, I don't know, disappointed, sir.
Boy, what? I'm just a,
All right, sir, I'm slightly right of Attila the Hun. I think we should all do what I say, but if we're not going to do that, we got to work this voting shit out and make it fair, right? But that being said, you're not supposed to talk about manufacturing consensus. You just do it and deny.
I think it's funnier when you tell people that it's manufactured consensus. Because those natural contrarians, they get ass mad about it. Because it's like, hey, what do you mean? What do you mean manufactured consensus? I disagree. Exactly. You don't matter. And then they just go, wee.
You know, I
The
really
truth is, no one matters.
I can't wait to see the Radical Coder crash out, like full crash out. They're gonna be fun. It'll be a good one because I don't think he'll recognize the crash out for what it is. I think he'll just like wake up the next morning and go back to walking that line, and we'll all get to laugh at him a lot. It'll be great.
Since I am about to end it, Dennison, do you want to cover, say tomorrow? Do you want to cover the body cam footage that you were talking about on its own stream?
Maybe
its own stream. I think it might be worth its own stream because you're talking about where that journalist gets spit on by the cop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that's what you're talking about because you and 10th Man really wanted to talk about that. So I'll try to get him up here for that as well. No, it's Tucker, my I'll show you my little buddy. I got some new pictures of him too. I got to show on stream sooner or later. Also, did y'all know? And I don't want to talk about it because it's going to be way too long, and I don't even know if it's true. But apparently, archaeologists and scientists have. I was about to say, how the hell did you see my new pictures of my dog, Sammy? What the hell? Kind of creepy shit you got going on? But no,
I just watch you from the bushes. It's easier that way.
The joke's on you. I'm in your walls. Now, but they apparently found out what happened to the Jamestown colonists. It's supposed to be really creepy and scary. Zoomer said pause. Pause. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing no extensions today. So I'm sorry. And the reason we're not doing extensions today
is he's out of Viagra.
No. Because I'm still young. I'm still young and strong. I don't need Viagra.
But you do have some.
I mean, sometimes, sometimes drugs and sex just mix.
Bro just jumped in front of a bullet for you. You see that? He did that whole like no. I'll save you.
So what? I don't know, D3. I just read the headline, and I was gonna talk about it on stream, but I want to go play with my puppy before it gets dark, and that gives me an hour and a half before it gets dark to go play fetch with him, and to go walk him and play tug of war, and then I have another stream tonight with Snow that is going to be about the esoteric stuff and more about the zodiac. And I think she's going to go over some of our birth charts on stream. Because I know some of us gave her the information to get our birth charts. So I got to reach out to her as well. So I'm running short on time. Plus I have to eat. So I do have another stream planned. I was just really, really bored. Wanting to make a few little dollars. I succeeded in that. I got to entertain you guys. I got to hang out. And I'm no longer bored, and I want to go play with my pup. But I will keep it in the backlog for later because it is very interesting, and I don't like to blue ball people. But I really want to go play with my puppy because I don't neglect him, but I don't give him as much as attention because I'm streaming as I feel like I should. So I want to start playing more with my boy outside and doing way more with him than I have been doing. Because he is my boy, and he's growing up, and he ain't a little puppy no more. So he don't want to sit around in the house and get petted on. He wants to go play fetch and play tug of war.
W family.
No, he's literally my American. He's an American bulldog. He's my bestest best friend. He's my little buddy.
Okay, I didn't want to stick around here anyway. I'm gonna take my ball and go home.
Yes, he's my
later, dude. I'm out.
See you, Squatch. No, he's my little American bulldog. He's 6 months old, and it's time for him to start spending a lot of time outside playing tug of war and going for walks. So he's my buddy. I like my doggy. He's a good boy. David Wayne, you got any final words, buddy?
I appreciate you letting me up. It's always a pleasure. W stream.
Thank you, David. Thank you, my friend, for supporting me and sharing my stuff. Denny, you got any final words, man?
I wonder if I should go live and do the cop thing.
If you want, I will.
How many
tune
people
in.
are here?
25.
Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want to come over and watch that.
I got a 1 from me. I'll come over for sure.
But like the Trump stuff is very very scarce. So I wish we could have got more into that, but
There's not a lot of meat there.
it's not a lot you can latch on.
I think that the real Trump discussion now is we have proof he's not what he said he was. So the cultists need to let go and realize, yes, there are no political options left. Everything is as bad as you thought it was, plus Trump is not going to save us. So now what? Are you ready to act like adults yet? Are you ready to put on your big boy pants?
Yes. But I did get a message while we were going, and he said Flo said the current panel would like this. Play this if I want to. I don't mind. I believe this is Flo's newest clip. Let me get y'all a link for it so y'all can go give it a like and a share. And he said the current panel should like it.
How about we truth flow state? I'm the only one that's not homeless up here. I'm not homeless.
Go big or go homeless.
I'm not homeless. How about we truth flow state?
Let it be known, I'm coming for your money. I tour from LA to Miami on
I'm
the
not
train,
homeless.
honey. Flip the bird to your firm, fine if they don't sign me. I'm walking away, the building blows up
I'm not
behind
homeless.
me. Give me a day, I'll build Rome. Go big or go homeless.
I'm not homeless. How about we truth flow state? I'm not homeless. I'm not homeless. I'm not homeless.
How about the truth?
Tommy, that situation with Tommy is crazy. He is a wild child. But anyway, Dennis, are you gonna go live, bud?
Let's see. How many people are interested?
I
1, 2, 3, 4. Plus Dave makes 5. All right, yeah. I'll do it. Is everybody sub to my main channel?
Post your link.
Maybe I should go live real quick first. Just create it real quick, and then you can link to that.
I will post your link for people who want to go. People are over there. You can post Bob's link for people that want to go over there. Dude, because I gotta figure out how to raid. Because I said you could do it at 300.
Oh, maybe you finally crossed over that threshold. Maybe.
They said
like last we checked, you weren't qualified.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like they said, people keep telling me 300, but YouTube is saying 500. So I keep checking, and like I said,
Let's get 500. Let's get 500 up in.
Hey, we're almost there. We're almost at 400. We're like 50, I believe, 50 away. Let me check real quick.
You have to raise a little hell, brother.
I'm doing whatever it takes to entertain you people. Yeah, we're at 350 exactly now.
What's up? Hey, what do you mean, you people? All right,
Everything,
love you.
all
I'm
the
out.
racist stuff. You have a good one. Love you too, man. You be safe.
See you.
Okay. Thank you, Hank. Thank you. I believe you and Dennison when it comes to technical stuff. Yeah, you people be you people. All right. Take it how you want to. You have 62. Well, we are going to fix that. Me and you are going to play Phasmophobia. So that might be fun as fuck. Island boy. Oh man, I always didn't like those guys, the Island Boys, but it made me laugh whenever they Island Boy. So I'm gonna try to find y'all something interesting to watch while we get the poor man's raid going. So there we go. Let me just copy that link right there and then pin it. And then before I end it, I will switch over to Bob's when everybody's over there. Let me know when everybody who is over there goes over there. Dennison, you don't mind, buddy?
Say what?
When like the people that want to go over there are over there, let me know so I can switch out
Alright.
the link for Bob's. I mean, shit, I don't care where y'all go. Y'all just can't stay here, okay? I mean, literally, it's not by my choice. But
If you
it's
want
like,
drama, go to Bob's. If you want to see about police corruption and have a discussion afterwards, come over to my place. That's pretty much what it's going to be.
I think that is a fair assessment, actually.
Now, Bob is highbrow drama, though. You know, he's, you know, it's still toxic bullshit that I wouldn't waste 10 seconds of my day on. But Bob is an intelligent and creative, humorous individual.
True. Ratchet Raid, of course. Yes, Ratchet Raid.
Sup, nerd?
Oh, Lord, Lord. Ratchet Raid. So, speaking of, let's see. Somebody mentioned the earthquake. An earthquake and tsunami in Alaska.
Sand Point, Alaska, that's observed water levels. The site's a little messed up because this says 7.3, but this doesn't even have the second bulletin down there. So I don't know what's going on with the site. So we're now Sand Point, which is where, as of now, they might be getting tsunami activity. Sand Point is here. That's Sand Point right there. See, it says Sand Point. Around 1,000 people, I guess, live there, at least according to Wikipedia. Sand Point. That's about 50 miles north. Oh, I guess we want to look west on the camera. Actually, I don't even know. I don't know where the actual, depending on where that, there's some cameras at Sand Point. That is, okay, that's the new one. That's from 9 minutes ago. Let's look at some of these. I don't know if you're going to see anything. That's Sand Point looking west, but it's 9 minutes ago. What else do we got? That is Sand Point looking north, and that is 3 minutes ago. That's looking north from Sand Point. That is 5 minutes ago, looking northwest. That right there is that's about 10 minutes ago. So we'll have to keep refreshing these and see what we get. Now what happened? Sand Point. Here we go. That is from 2 minutes ago. That's looking south 2 minutes ago. I mean, it's not catastrophic there during in that picture. Chris V thinks the water receded. What if we go back here? That's 9 minutes ago and 2 minutes, 11 minutes ago and 2 minutes ago, and I honestly don't see any difference. That's the one looking south. Not much of a difference. That's looking west, the last two. Not much of a difference there. That's looking northwest, but that's from like 5 minutes ago. So I'll keep an eye on these cameras.
What is you? Oh, your chat. Okay. I'm gonna show some love to Kat and post her link up. And y'all go subscribe to Kat if you're still watching. See, I got 17 of you homies in here. Let's see here. Here is Kat. I'll make sure to go give her a subscribe. I'm already subscribed to you, lady. Waiting on them live streams to start. Me and you have to play Phasmophobia. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to be too quiet. I'm sorry. No problem. You're welcome, Kat. We all gotta grow if we're gonna do this for fun. We gotta grow. I'm gonna leave your link up there for a little bit, and then I'm gonna switch it to Bob's, and then I'm gonna end the stream. You have a good one, Denny. I might pop up when I get through playing with the puppy. Still going?
All right, peace.
Peace. But it is, and then there was just one, individual. One is the loneliest. Y'all want to watch fat people falling down? I want to watch fat people falling down. Fat people falling down the stairs. Oh, this is gonna be funny. We're gonna watch fat people fall down for a little bit, and then we're gonna put Bob's link, and then I'm gonna go play with Tucker. Tucker Bear. It's a huge bitch.
I can't fucking do it.
Go ahead and do it. The grab right there.
I can't fucking do it.
Yeah. We're just talking to y'all.
They see me rolling, they hate me. Oh, well, she cracked the concrete on that one. He broke the mold. That big. Oh, he was all dizzy and shit. Oh, Lord, that's a big fish she was flying.
Dude, if you put a snowboard on, that's sick. Oh, the side.
You ready?
I would push his big ass in. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm an asshole. Phone and all. Just tackle him into the lake.
Oh, man.
What did you expect to happen, Bubby? Oh, that's gotta feel fucking great. I hope you throw your back out, you dumb motherfucker. The earthquake made it fall. Also, if you do go live, like when Dennison actually goes live, I'm going to share it in the Discord. If you're in the Discord and you go live, Cat, hint, hint. If you go live, Dennison, hint, hint, if you're still out there in the ether. If you go live, put your live in the... If you go live, put your link in the stream notifications. So, Base, I just received a membership. Thank you, Slutty Gorilla, for giving me a membership to Denizens. That's awesome. But this is also for Denny. If he's out there in the ether before he goes live. If you forget, I will put it in there. Based. And this is Bob's link, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all please hit that link and tell Bob or Skywalker I sent you. I'm ending it now. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please like and subscribe to all the channels we share. A rising tide raises all ships. We grow together. We show together. We make money together. Y'all have a good one, and thank you for being here. I love all of you. Appreciate y'all.
And Tropicana gets its roof torn off, Tropicana Stadium that the Tampa Bay Rays play in. And if you look into it, Tropicana orange juice was created in 1947 at the same time the U.S. military did their first ever experiment on a hurricane. You guys look it up, 1947, first experiment on a hurricane. Bradenton, Florida is where Tropicana orange juice was created, in Bradenton. So you just happen to have Anderson.
I have non-sexual orgasms within my body, pleasures that I didn't know were possible. Fuck you.
There's another short hat.
You deserve that, wrestler.
It's true. You do this.
It's damn near like a rite of passage in this. Oh my god, it's working. Mandy says that Dolly grips harder than me. This is fucking unacceptable.
Get pulled out, bitch. Don't grip enough.
I really haven't been gripping hard enough. You guys, I just found out I have cancer.
Cancer?
Cancer in your pee-pee?
You have cancer. Alright, but seriously, donate some fucking money just because I might have cancer and just not know about it.
And to be fair, that is untreated, unknown cancer is the worst type of cancer because it's untreated.
Right,
so I think
and unknown.
For untreated cancer people, get out your wallets, open your wallets, open your heart.
I can't believe I have the worst type of cancer there is. This is tragic, I just need some money.
God is so good. The stillness is so gentle. The silence is powerful. See, because it's through the silence of our listening and our seeking
But God reveals the wisdom. The wisdom is realized in the silence from within you. The silence within you is beyond the mind chatter, behind those gossiping and controlling voices that are always around, whether it's in your ears or around. There's voices and gossip and voices and words that want to control you, want to interrupt your peace, interrupt your silence. You choose what you allow.